Hey guys, Sean Atkinson, personal trainer, class instructor here at the JCC. Long-time athlete. I'm going to show you a lot of things that I use personally as well as in class. These are things that I've used for fight camp, things that I've used for wrestling season. But the important thing is that anybody can do it, any age, any fitness level can do this. There's modifications for everything, and I'll show you that as we go along. First things first, if you got a weight at home, great. We can utilize the weight in a lot of our core exercises. If you don't have it, it's no problem at all. I got a set of 2 here. We'll do a little bit of upper body at the end. We'll start with core. First, just to warm up, I'm gonna spread my feet out. I'm just gonna do light core twists here, right? Similar to like a golf swing or a baseball swing. I'm compensating with the foot. I'm just opening up the core. So the first few, we're going to start standing up. We'll work our way down to the mat. That way we're not standing up, laying back down. Good, then I'm going to go into standing oblique crunches. The important thing that I like to do here is I like to stay real tall. I don't like to let my body do the work, right? There's a slight bend here with my oblique, but I want to make sure that my knee is meeting my elbow. And I'm just going to stick with one side. It's going to get more exerting if we stick with one side. Then later on in the workout, we'll have some things where we alternate and mix it together. I'm going to go for about 16 on each side, right? And I'm going to switch sides here, right? And again, that knee's real tall. I'm bringing it up, I'm meeting the elbow. Sometimes I'll support my abdomen here, right? Sometimes I'll put it on my hip. It's really a preference thing. Good, so again, about 16 of those on each side. Then I'm gonna warm up both the core, and also you'll see this motion right here. When I lift the knee up, I stick it out. That'll warm up your psoas muscle too, right? Largest muscle in the hip flexor group. I bring it across my body. And we're breathing, yes, we're breathing. And I wanna get into a good rhythm with my breathing too. Sometimes I even have to make it audible to remind myself. Important thing about doing exercises like this too, a lot of people don't know the psoas is a culprit for a lot of lower back pain. So I found that loosening it up has helped me dramatically with my lower back pain. Good, now we're gonna head down to the mat. So first I'll start out with a weight. Again, if you don't have a weight, you can do all of these without them. First, I'm gonna start with my feet planted. And I like making competitions in my own head all the time, so I'm gonna keep the number of reps in my head, right? So I'm coming up, and I'm just reaching for the sky. Real simple warm-up. I like doing these for 30-second intervals, but just for the purposes of the video, I just wanna walk you through the exercises. So usually in about 30 seconds, at an advanced level, you'll get about mid-20s, late 20s of these. Important thing is I'm counting these reps because the next one I'm gonna try and beat it. And this is a way to push yourself, right? A way to foster that mental fortitude when you're all locked down and you're going crazy. Good. So say that's been 30 seconds, right? Keep in my head that's 24. I'm gonna go over to the forearm plank. My back's real flat. Sometimes I gotta remind myself, bring the butt from up here to down here. I'll hold this for about 30 seconds. And here I'm also focusing, I'm centering myself, I'm catching my breath. Good, and again, we hold this for about 30 seconds. Then I'm gonna go back over to my back. And I'm trying to beat that number from before, right? I'm competing with myself. So I come up. Again, this is for about 30 seconds, and I want to get into a good breathing rhythm. Exhaling as I come up to the top. Good, and again, that for about 30 seconds. We'll do one more set of forearm plank. And this will be exerting in and of itself, just doing these two. but we want to target all parts of the abdomen. So we're going to throw a lot more stuff in here. Good, and I'll hold this for about 30 seconds, ideally. And the next one that we're going to get into, just to move it along, just to show you guys everything, right? I'm not taking up too much time. Now my legs are flat, right? They're straight out. This one I like doing with a weight. The only thing to be conscientious of is that you're not smacking it into your shin. It hurts. So if you have a medicine ball, a soft medicine ball, that's great too. But I like doing these one side at a time. So I'm going to meet at the top with the leg. And after about 10 to 12 of these, because you'll start feeling them, and you'll start feeling them on one side. Then I'm going to leave the leg up there, and I'm going to go for toe touches. Still on one side. Go for about 10 reps of these. Right? And then we'll go to the other side. I come back, I rest, catch my breath. And when I do that, guys, I like to have the weight above my head so that my core can kind of expand. My arms are up above my head. Big deep breaths in through my nose, out through my mouth. Sometimes I'll even count in 1, 2, 3, 4 on the way in, and exhale out for 4. After about 15 seconds, I'm going to go to the other side. Again, we're meeting at the top. And you don't have to crunch all the way up. We're trying to keep those twitch muscles in our back like stable, so we're not going to do too much sitting all the way up. But I'm meeting my leg at the top, and that's the important part. You want to feel this crunch in the top of your abdomen. Good. Then I leave this leg up here, and I'm toe touching at the top. And the weight obviously makes this much more challenging. But I promise you, the abdomen will be shredded afterwards. Good. Do that for another 10 reps. I come back down, hands above my head, and I'm resting. And I'm already feeling this, guys. Now this next one's pretty interesting. It's a little bit complicated to get down the first couple times, but I'll walk you through it. So again, it makes it a little bit easier using the weight as a guide. I'm going to go all the way out and around. Well, first, I want to make sure my feet are about 6 inches from my butt, right? Almost like you would in a glute bridge. Now my arms stay extended the whole time. I go all the way out clockwise, right down to about my mid-leg, my calf, all the way out and around to the other side. You'll feel this a lot in your obliques. Right? Now I'm keeping my neck stable, but I'm not tucking my chin. I don't want to jack my neck up. And you'll feel this on your sides already. It starts to fire up right away. And I would do this one in 30-second intervals. You can run through those first few already. Again, if you want to do that twice, if you're thinking, hey Sean, I'm pretty comfortable with those first few techniques, just stack them, do them twice in a row. All right guys, Sean at the JCC again. We're gonna get into the next part of our workout. And look, these are all things that are gonna provide you a healthy outlet while you're locked up. I know me personally, I go pretty crazy without the ability to exercise, or at least exercise the way that I want to. The good thing about these is you can do them with very limited space, and you can use things around your house, right? So you find something heavy, I mean, even if it's something as light as like a can of something, I mean, a gallon of water would even be a little too heavy, but you can find a lot of household items that you can use for these things. All right, so I'm gonna get into the next part. All right, so we already did a lot of single leg things. I'm gonna start with the lower abdominals here. Now, for my neck, you guys can use a small pillow from your couch. You can use several things around your house just to prop up your neck. The thing about propping it up is, the important thing is I just want to keep it in alignment with my spine, right? So parallel with my spine. So for me, I'm going to put my hands right around my SI joints just to give me some cushion. My legs come straight out, and I'm going to bring the legs all the way up, right? At about a 45-degree angle. Your head can lay back and rest for a lot of these exercises. You want to make sure that your neck's not jacked like this. Just let it naturally conform to your spine. Good, and I'll start with just simple leg lifts here. All right, and I'll do about 10 to 12 of these. You'll start to feel these almost instantly. We're gonna get a little more specialized here. So I bring my legs all the way up, and I'm just gonna do one side. All right, we'll do about 8 of those on each side as well. Switch to the other leg. Good, now I'm gonna go all the way out and around into corkscrews. And if this is tough on anybody's lower backs, right, you can just keep doing the simple leg lifts, right? Or you can even hold here at the bottom, about 4 inches off the ground. But if you are able to do it, you can go into corkscrews here. It's a great workout. So I go clockwise and counterclockwise until I hit about 6 o'clock and go all the way out and around the other way. Again, my neck is just back and relaxing naturally. Good. So I would do those for about 30 seconds and you'll start feeling it almost instantly. Good. Then I'm going to come back to center. Take my legs up first at about 45-degree angle. Go about 4 inches off the ground. This is the intense part. I'm going to go into flutter kicks, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch to scissors. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 20 more seconds. Flutters. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Scissors. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last 10 seconds. Flutters. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Scissors. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Take a quick break. Take a breather. I like to put my hands above my head, let the core expand. Another good thing that you can do, you can pull the knees up the chest, pull them down to one side, head looks the other direction. These are a couple good stretches that you can do during your core workout to kind of loosen up your abdomen. Good. All right, we'll get into a couple more things. Just got done lower abdominals. We're on the third part of our workout, arguably the most challenging, definitively the most challenging, I'll say. So a lot of these movements are going to be done in this position, right, where I have to utilize my core to stay balanced. For a lot of people, this is very tough. So you can find something, even if it's like, you know, a small like surface that you can put your feet up on that'll hold your feet up. That works like you would for a Russian twist. I'm gonna go between 3 or 4 different workouts right now that are gonna work all parts of the abs. So the first one I do, right, so I come right up from the leg lifts that we were doing. Stand up, right? I'm right here, I find my balance. Now this first part, I'm gonna kick the feet out, bring them back, knees to chest, right? And right here, I wanna get used to finding this balance. It's a lot of core exertion, but it helps. It'll also help your spinal erectors too, and alleviate back pain. If you're able to strengthen that, again, you're able to strengthen your core. So I'll do this just for about 15 or 20 seconds, right? Once I come here, I'll go right into Russian twist. The thing that I like to do is my feet, this sartorius muscle right here at the top of your thighs, it'll start to kind of get tight. So I'll switch my feet one over the other like this. It's a good little trick to do so that you don't wear out. Right, just for about 20 seconds. And see, I switch the feet. All right, about 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Now I lay back. I'm gonna let the feet breathe, so I plant them real quick. Right, I find myself, center myself on the mat. I'm just gonna go into alternating bike crunches when I do this. This opposite foot is kicked all the way out. Opposite elbow to knee. And I don't have to come all the way up. I'm supporting my neck with my hands, and I'm keeping the crunch real tight. Do this for just about 20 or 30 seconds, it's not much. You'll start to feel it after 10. Good, and the last one that I go into, right? Plant the feet, rest, just for a second. I will usually stack this part of the workout twice. I'm gonna sit back up, right? Similar to how we do in the Russian twist. This time, instead of kicking my feet out, this is much harder, right? My hands come out, I bring them up and down, right? For about 15 seconds. Make sure you maintain your balance and your breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's it. And I'll tell you right now, that ab workout, it'll wear you out. It's quick, it's easy. So I'm gonna keep one weight up on my shoulder. I like to curl my wrist. For me, I feel the shoulder flexion already. I'm gonna bring these out, soft, real soft bend in my knees. I don't want my knees locked, but I also don't want my legs to be doing the work for me. A real soft bend, right? I bring them out to about shoulder height, right here, bring them back down. The important thing is also here, we're not letting momentum take over and just swinging, right? So I'm gonna bring it out, right here, I feel it in my delt, and bring it back. I'll do about 8 to 10 of these on each side, right? And I switch to the other, just like this. Right, again, I like to curl the wrist. It's a preference thing there. Come out to about shoulder height and back down. Good, nice tall chest. Fight it on the way down. And a good breathing rhythm. Good. Next one, I go right from there into shoulder presses. Now for these, a lot of people make the mistake where their shoulders all the way out. I like to leave a slight angle here, right? It's good for the labrum. So right here, I go into straight shoulder presses, about 8 to 10 on each side. Good, I want to reach all the way at the top here. Bring them down. But again, I'm not opening up like this. Throw my shoulder here, right? I want it right here, bent. Good, and then the other side. About 8 to 10 on each side. Good, take a quick break. Last one we'll do is some tricep extensions. All right, you can do this with either one weight or both. I'm gonna go behind my head, right? To start off with this is like a safety thing. I'll usually start from a shoulder. I mean, I've gotten to the point where I can go right over, but make sure you're careful of your head, right? So come to the shoulder first if you have to, and then lift your elbow up. I like to try and keep my elbows close, so I'll remind myself forearms are supposed to be touching the side of my head. I don't want them flaring out too much like this. So elbows pointed ahead, forearms I like to feel on my temple. I bring them all the way up, just like this. And I'm constantly guiding my elbows back because anatomically they're gonna try and flare out, right? And you can do these for high reps too. Again, I'm guiding the elbows back in. I want to lift my chest. You'll even be able to get a little bit of a back workout in doing this. If you lift the chest enough. Good, we'll do that for reps. And you can go through all those lifts again. It's a simple one. Maybe takes about 4 minutes. You can do them standing up, and it covers the majority of the muscles in the upper body.